Ooh, what's up, jobbers, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jobber Knocker podcast. As always, is Nestlemania alongside for the ride is a man that, well, he's just a bum shoulder bitch, JC.
My shoulders are great. Look at these. I can do the Jada Parker.
Every time Jada Parker does that, I'm just like, my body doesn't work like that.
Bodies don't work like that, but
No.
you know, Jada runs on Jobber Knocker Duncan, so tpublic.com/jobberknocker. Get yours today.
That's true, and she eats a lot too. So.
Anywho,
on that note, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got Raw, we've got SmackDown, we can dabble in NXT, we could talk about something that happened in another alternative universe if we want to, with a particular little AEW action. But where do we always start, JC?
Always in the shine, Nestlemania, and dun 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 dun. Dragunov is back. This was a shocker. I love this. Obviously he's been out like a year, and so it was one of those things. It was kind of like out of sight, out of mind, and these open challenges set the perfect opportunity for someone like that to come back. When I saw it happen, I'm like, oh, he's just going to lose, then whatever. But he fucking won. That little bitch boy, Sami Zayn, took the L. Dragunov, new U.S. champ.
I was almost going to give this my comeback, but I figured we would talk about this pretty early in the program, so I decided not to do that. I do like everything about him. He looks jacked. He looks stacked and ready to go. But the neck tattoo was a little bit weird. Someone made a comment on Twitter. It's like, well, it worked for Cody, so maybe it'll work for Dragunov.
Dragunov is the next Cody.
You know, who knows? That's a little bit of a far-fetched if you ask me, but that's okay. I like the added bonus of Solo coming out and toying with Sami Zayn, and then it not necessarily being a factor, but it was a little bit of a factor. So yeah, it was great. It was wonderful, and it's great to see him back. I think SmackDown needed some kind of a shot in the arm, as we say in the biz. Old Rocky Maivia style. So, yeah, I think it's a great way to start the program. I think it's a great way to start off SmackDown. I'm curious, JC, do you think he's going to have it for a long time? What feuds you're interested in? What's getting you salivated? What's getting you ready to go?
There's a lot of good wrestlers on SmackDown. I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of keeps the open challenge thing going because he can face a lot of the guys Sammy faced, but he can also, face some of the other guys they have on there. But, obviously the Mellows of the world, the Phoenixes of the world, there's a ton of talent on there. You would think at some point Solo's going to circle back to that title. But yeah, no, I think it's just, especially him just coming back, and he was a guy that was just starting to get his legs under him when he got hurt. So they kind of got to, rebuild him here with the audience. But you watch this guy wrestle, and even if you know nothing about him, he catches your attention. He's so unique. His style, he stands out. He stands out. So his promos are much improved than they used to be. So I think it's exciting, but it also presents another opportunity in WrestleMania. Because do you remember who he elevated into a star in NXT?
Trick Williams?
Yeah. And guess who's probably very close to a call-up? So there you go. They can run that back. That'd be a cool way for Trick to debut. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Trick does the same thing to him and takes the title. So, God, I probably just blew a hope. But there you go. Bonus one right off the rip. Damn it.
Damn it. You're so good at your job. You didn't even know you did it. I will say this much. The man makes a forearm as a finish, and it's devastating. You look at it and you think to yourself, boy, oh boy. I you get excited for his running headbutt thing too, but when he does the forearm, the H-bomb thing, when I watch it, I think to myself, that's believable. And you can do it to anybody.
And I love yelling H-bomb. H-bomb.
Yeah. It works. And it's so effective. I wish more people looked at that and thought, I can make a real simple move look devastating. And I just love that simplicity of it all.
Yeah, no, it was great. You know what else was great on SmackDown WrestleMania? When they put Blake Monroe in the crowd, because you know what? Zaruka got their shot against the champs. I thought this was a fun tag team match. It was something that we know. It seems like Zaruka is getting close to a breakup, and I think Saul's making an announcement tonight in NXT. So the vacant Twitter account was getting ready because they might be claiming 2 titles. So we'll see about that. I don't know if it's happened yet, but I saw that being teased. But yeah, I thought this was a fun match on SmackDown. I'm glad they got their opportunity because it does feel like Zaruka's time might be coming to an end. So it was a good time to do this now. And Bliss and Charlotte really didn't have much going on. So I thought this was a good spot for it, and I'm glad it happened.
You know, it's funny. I'm a big fan of Zaruka. I think they're a great tag team. I don't want to see them split up. I can understand the value of looking at Zaruka and thinking that that's a star. But if she is injured again and she's already had one bad wheel, and then she has if it's the other bad wheel or it's the same wheel, that's going to be a devastating injury to come back. I'm sure she'll be fine when she comes back. But I think she was just getting the momentum going. I had a different thought when I watched this match. I thought this match was the drizzling shits.
Oh, okay.
Only because, in my opinion, it was sloppy and slow and felt like people were not communicating enough. And when I'm watching that, and again, I watch wrestling differently than anybody else. I'm not looking to nitpick, but I can see things and it irks me, obviously. But I thought that Charlotte and Sol Ruca, you thought they would be really good together in the ring, and they weren't. I don't know what it was about the pairing in general,
Too
but
athletic for each other.
I felt like nobody was really understanding each other. I thought Bliss did a great job. I thought even Zarya did a great job coming in where she could. But again, Zarya's too slow for, I think, Charlotte, it looked like for me, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, Sol Ruca's like kind of way bigger than Bliss. So I just felt like, in theory, this should have been a showstopper, in my opinion. But I thought that it was sloppy. And then, of course, apparently she got injured. So leads me to believe that I was a little right. It was still a fun thing, I'm sure, for people to watch.
Injuries happen in good matches all the time, Adam.
Who the fuck is Adam? And also, yes, I agree. Injuries happen every day. But here's the thing. I expect more out of Sol Ruca. That's what it was.
Good for you. Nobody cares. Should we go to Raw?
Wow. All right.
Let's go to Raw Nestlemania. Because you know what? Paul Heyman said something that I completely agree with. He said the vision was always about Braun Breaker. Thank you. It only took fucking bum-ass shoulder boy going bye-bye for them to realize it. The rest of the stuff, whatever. But that one line from Paul Heyman saying the vision was all about Braun Breaker, I was like, yes. And then he tried to make it about Braun, so I'm like, don't buy that bullshit. No, get out of here with fucking the shoe of fucking idiot over here. It's all about Braun Breaker. His time is coming. They cut him out of the Battle Royal. But it's just, I'm glad that people are finally seeing the light, that the vision is Braun Breaker. Has nothing to do with Seth. What did you call him? Shoulder boy?
Oh, they called him a bum shoulder bitch.
Yeah, bum shoulder bitch Rollins. Get out of here.
Take
care of your kids.
I will say this much. You and I have talked about this all the time. We've said, the reason we can't enjoy Seth Rollins is because he never goes away.
Bye-bye.
So when that finally happened, I went, well, at least we'll get what we wanted.
That's true.
That's a silver lining. It still sucks, but
yeah.
I think, I have a feeling, I could be completely wrong. I usually am. But when we were sitting here loving Gable's version of El Grande Americano, and now Ludwig has taken it to yet another level with the chicanery. And I think, dare I say, better. And I'm thinking to myself, as I'm looking at the vision, I think to myself, I think kicking out, even Edge in the Judgment Day didn't really make sense. And look how great Judgment Day has been past Edge. Maybe this is what we needed. We needed to kick the not so good stuff out, and Seth Rollins is that. Maybe the vision will finally take off. Maybe the vision will finally make sense. Maybe the vision will feel like the vision that we want.
It's kind of a dumb fucking name, if we're being honest, but it's all
I agree with
you.
you.
So that's all I really care about.
I will say this much. I think Paul Heyman did a great job trying to make Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed equally as important. Obviously, we don't feel that way as fans, but I think they did a good job building up each of them with the ambition part. I thought that was really nice. And then as the night went on, I thought it was just kind of like segment after segment after segment of Heyman. And I think the interesting part about this, JC, I'm curious your thoughts on this. Heyman's always been kind of like a crutch for people, or like a spice in addition to something. This is the first time I've watched Paul Heyman, at least in his WWE career, seconding somebody or some people, where I feel like in this particular moment, it feels like he's front and center. He's not necessarily
with how this happened.
Right. I agree.
And even with Seth, he had to do that because we know Seth isn't good on the mic. So it's different where it's like, obviously with Brock, Brock's just such a present. He doesn't have to talk to be front and center. And then obviously Roman's Roman, but it's just like, yeah, in this scenario, it's like he has to be. And now even with Seth out, he has to do it even more because you have two guys that they were building towards there, but they hadn't got there yet. And now they're obviously just have to go with it because that's what happens.
Anything else you'd like to talk about the topic or move on?
I thought we had a pretty fun Raw tag team title match. We don't get many of those. It's probably only the second time those titles have been defended the entire year, but I know you hate Dragon Lee, but that match was a lot of fun.
The backstage segment, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter after they won and they came to, you see it when they came to the curtain? Go back and watch it. You are a person that this was tailor-made for you. Because when I should have sent it to you, it immediately made me think of you. It was them getting excited and they were like, we should probably come up with a name. And so they start ripping off and they're like,
I kind of like AJ Lee.
Well, that's what they did. They went, how about the Phenomenal Dragons? And they're like, ooh, I like that name. And they're like, what about like Dragon Styles? And they're like, that's not bad. And they're like, what about AJ Lee? And Styles goes, I think we can't do that.
Yeah, and then Punk brought it up later on commentary too.
But it was just funny. It was really good. I mean, I'm excited for them. I'm just excited that the tag titles are off of the Judgment Day. I think Finn Balor needs to go back to his status as somebody that's really
that.
I just think he deserves something better. JD McDonough too has been kind of like a great hand.
Punk was putting him over big time in the Battle Royal.
I know.
That'd be a guy I'd love to face for the title.
Right. Well, yeah, because
everyone wants to wrestle JD.
So. Yeah, he'll fucking make everybody look good. I think that's the thing. He's the Ziggler now, so it's just he's Dolph Ziggler.
To show the world.
You know. But yeah, no, I'm just excited. Like, I just wish the tag titles here's my thought. I wish that there were one set of men's tag titles and the women's tag titles, and each brand had their own. Because I feel like having two sets of men's titles, in my opinion,
you can't have two sets of women's tag team titles. It's like
no. Sorry. I meant like one show, like Raw would have the male, SmackDown would have the female.
Oh, no, because if they do that, they'll just have them float back and forth again. So this is how they have to do it with the men.
It just sucks because they're
just bad at doing it on Raw. They have teams, they just don't do it.
They have more time. There's no excuse. No excuse.
They do, because they have to do 1,000 vision segments a week, as we've learned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give them the tag titles.
I mean, they probably would have if Rollins didn't get hurt, but we'll see. But Nestlemania, you know what they are good at doing on Raw? Rusev and Dom. That's the shit. It's just they continue to make it fun. And I love that every week they find a different way for Dom to win. He tried to go back to the hammer thing this week in the boot, but Rusev caught it and caught him. And then he went to use the hammer, and then Dom kicked him in the nads like he's done before. A little callback to their first match, and stole yet another victory. Obviously, Penta's out there too. We're probably getting a triple threat, whether it'll be on Raw or Saturday Main Event or whatever. That'll be a very fun match. So I still feel like eventually Rusev is getting this thing, but I just especially the intrigue with Dom kind of costing his teammates the tag titles this week, and him still winning, and then him making it all the way to the end of the Battle Royal and them not. It's just it's good stuff. Everything around Dom, as always, is just good stuff. And him and Rusev are super fun together. And obviously we know him and Penta are fun together. And Rusev and Penta are fun together. So this has been a really fun little mid-card trio, the thing they got going on here.
I was really surprised because he wrestled right out of the gate, him being Dom, wrestled out of the gate directly as a babyface. And I went, whoa, there he goes. So he didn't change anything about his demeanor, didn't change anything about his moveset really, but he went and was wrestling as a babyface, but still a shit heel at the same time. And then, of course, people love Eddie Guerrero. So I feel like Eddie Guerrero kind of set the groundwork for this in terms of the lie, cheating, and stealing, and then it working with the crowd. So they're going to endear themselves to Dom, and Dom's going to be like, oh, yeah, this is great. I'm going to become the man of the people. I think I have an idea of what we're going to head for here later on in the Hope with Dom. But I was watching from from TV, obviously, land and Netflix land anyway, and they were in San Jose, which is obviously close enough to the 619. But what I kept thinking about, JC, was it's not even a contest. He was at least top 3 over that night.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? CM Punk had it as a massive pop, obviously. But Dom was somewhere in the 2 or 3 range for me. I was watching the whole and they wanted him to win that Battle Royal too. It wasn't just the match. They wanted him
I would have preferred he win the Battle Royal than
I know. But it's just so fascinating to me. The trajectory of a man who was put in a terrible situation to begin with, starting in the pandemic with a tag team with his dad. How do you get out of the shadow of probably the greatest luchador of all time? And then you somehow morph into this crazy ass heel role where everybody can't believe it. And you're kind of a cuck. And then you move on to being the Intercontinental Champion, to being beloved. It's just so, the trajectory of the 5 years he's been in here has been kind of crazy to me. Absolutely. I would have never in my life, I'm watching him before my eyes thinking to myself, I would have never thought this guy would have had a singles title. I can talk myself into him being a world champion in the next 5 years.
Yeah. Hashtag JC knows. I was a Dom truther since day one. You can't deny that, because we argued on this program a lot about Dom, and I said you need to give this fucking kid patience because it is in his fucking blood, and he is a baby. And once it clicked, we saw it. Once it clicked, we knew it was holy shit. And now it's just he's just a whole new level. Because like you said, he doesn't have to change who he is. He's like Eddie. He doesn't have to change who he is to be so over. And that's how you know it's you're fucking special. He can continue to be exactly what he is, which is the prime version of himself. and he'll be over. It's incredible. Update on Salruka. She's on a crutch, so I would say she's vacating those. And so vacant's getting 2 new titles. So there's your Salruka update. She says doesn't know when she'll be cleared. She'll be riding the waves on the bench.
Well,
I'm assuming we'll get Zarya and Blake for one of those titles, and then who cares about the speed titles?
I really hope Zarya just beats her up.
That would be funny. Just turn on her.
Just do it.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Shawn Michaels could do it.
I was trying to follow it as you were talking there. So
thanks. I really appreciate a partner who doesn't listen to me. Thank you.
I mean, I was half listening. I was able to know you were talking about Dom.
This program really depends on you not listening. So thanks. What?
Oh, okay. I'll give you my next piece of shine. Is that what you're saying? I have one more piece of shine, Nestlemania, and I'll say this. If you put Stephanie Vaquer and Roxanne Perez in the ring together, it's going in my fucking shine because those might be my 2 favorite women's wrestlers. Studs, Boehner, Stephanie wins, and we don't have to talk about what happened after. But
well, you put it right here, so I assume this is the end of your. Get him off
you
my
can
TV.
look, but you can't touch. I can't wrestle with the stars above. I love how they've turned this into like. So she fucked up Stephanie's name so bad when she came back by calling her McQuay that she has gone over the top trying to fucking glaze Stephanie so much. And now they're going to have them be a little fucking tag team. And it's probably going to lead to a Nikki Bella title shot.
I do want to say something before I vomited it in my mouth a little.
Okay.
I wrote down here, and I do believe this. As I was watching on Monday, I thought to myself, wow, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, they are wrestling soulmates. They just get it. And it was like watching art. It was watching women's wrestling do the right thing. It was watching, they got time. They were fantastic. I thought Roxy was even better than Stephanie in some parts of the match.
She's the best wrestler in the world.
So I just felt like this is what it's bizarre to me that this is happening because it's on free television, essentially. Well, not free, but it's on television. So it's just weird to me, right? Like it shouldn't be happening. This should be a match that's on a pay-per-view or a special event or something. But they are absolutely made to wrestle forever. Not to do the fight forever thing, but I feel like, in the words of the Joker, they're destined to do this forever, like together. So I hope forever. So I feel like, you look at the rivals of people, like they're going to be number one for each other going forward. Absolutely. The rest of it,
3 women's wrestlers in the world, I think.
The rest of it, though, absolute dog shit. At the minute that fucking music hit, and I'm not blaming her specifically, everything fell apart. Like everything. Like you watch poor Raquel Rodriguez try to go over the top rope, she almost domed herself. Then fucking, out comes Bella, who can't really do much, and then they had to black out the screen because I assume something popped out. So that fucking happened. And it was just like all of this shit was going on, and it was a fucking mess. And then we had to have the backstage segment, and I went, we're really regurgitating the same fucking shit all the time. All the fucking time. And like, we all know that she's going to change, and I think I said this on this program. I think my hope was that change her as a heel, because at least she's interesting. But we know she's not winning. So like, if she wins, it's a travesty, because and I know people are going to say like, oh, it's the pop, it's the popularity, it's whatever.
Win after Stephanie just fucking beat your dominant champ.
Well, it's not going to happen anytime soon.
No,
I have a feeling this is going to prolong. What's the next big one? Not Survivor Series. Maybe
I'm a survivor.
It's not going to be a Survivor Series.
These women might be involved in War Games.
You know what?
War Games.
Additional hope. Bella turns on Vaquer in War Games. There you go.
Yeah.
That just seems like a thing they'll do.
I was hoping Nikki would get bored and go away again, but that hasn't happened. Bert, close your ears.
He's not even here.
Yeah, I know. He's probably
in the dark somewhere.
The new video game that came out.
Playing with his joystick. Yeah, I get it. It's not a closet, actually, Big Joe. It's in my kitchen. I'm trying to be a good helper here and move my location. So
he's chefing up on the podcast.
Would you like me to cook something up for you? Maybe a little mac and cheese, maybe a little. I'm gonna have tea after this. Actually,
I haven't had mac and cheese in a long time.
You know what? Annie's mac and cheese very underrated, by the way.
Interesting.
You ever had Annie's?
Probably.
You would. I think you'd like mac and cheese.
I mean, I've never had mac and cheese I don't like. So
I mean, Mac and cheese is just delicious in general. If you've made, I think I would go as far as if mac and you'd be un-American if you didn't like mac and cheese. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Maybe cook up a good take for once. But the doctor.
I would, but you know what?
Fresh off his COVID run, coming out hot.
Oh, he had COVID?
He did.
Oh my God.
COVID, not Slovid.
Oh my God. What did he get that from, a patient?
Who knows?
A HIPAA violation. Anyway, it's fine. Where were we? Anything else you want to talk about when it comes to this shit?
Yeah, I wanted the Maxine moment, and that dumb broad Becky got DQ'd.
Dumb broad? What are you, from the 1950s?
That's Doc's word.
Oh God. I'm going to censor you every time you say broad.
Yeah, it was your hometown. That would have been cool.
What are you? Oh, for God's sake.
You could have won it back next week. Who cares? But
I'll say this much. I will say this much. Becky Lynch has found her groove in terms of being the shit heel. Maxine did a fantastic job getting out of so many things that I didn't think she was capable of doing. And she's a good actress. She's got great facials. She's working on the athleticism. So this was fun for me. And I think what a great way to kick it down the road, to kick the can down the road. It's because a DQ just upset. It gives everybody blue balls, right? Like, you made babyface win.
This was Vince McMahon booking.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah,
honestly.
I love Vince McMahon. Booking.
No, I don't. Don't ever say that again.
I said booking. I just paused.
No, you paused. If you ask AI to do something now, they're going to see this clip and say, Nestlemania likes a certain thing. Great, thanks.
That's
canceled. Fucking canceled. Thank you. You fucking pain in my ass. But no, look, I think Becky Lynch, and then we can parlay this into the Becky Lynch promo, which a lot of people were saying a lot of things on the internet here. As sorry, my head's really hurting. I don't think I can. I think I'm tapping up. I'm putting the headphones on the right way for once. I'm getting a migraine in the back of my head. The Becky Lynch Heyman promo. I'm curious your thoughts on it, because they're booking Heyman to be the bad guy, although he's saying I don't understand why they're making us the bad guy, for Seth Rollins to be the babyface. And we've been on this program every single step of the way saying that no matter what Seth Rollins does, JC, he is not a babyface. He's not a good babyface. He's a heel. He's a fucking piece of shit heel that works. He has an unfortunate babyface moveset, as we've talked about, which is terrible. But I don't think people will ever get behind him as a babyface the way they could boo him as a heel. So I feel like we're in this weird spot. And Becky comes out and defends her husband, which I get. We're in this gray area here. But I'm curious, when you were watching that, did it make you feel something? Because it made me feel like, well, are we opening the door for Seth Rollins to come back as a babyface and his wife to be a babyface? Or is it just a wife defending her husband's honor? Stuff like that.
I think they just had to do it to acknowledge it. I don't know if anything's actually come out from it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Totally understandable.
Yeah. Should we get to the eater in the room?
I mean, we might as well.
Kind of was the main event.
So here's my logic, JC. We can go one of two ways. Would you like to go behind the door number one, yeeting?
Let's go door number one, yes.
Okay. I understand that you go to the person that has been very popular and has a storyline going. So I understand it progresses the storyline of LA Knight and the Jimmy thing and the Jay thing, Roman Reigns' thing. It's a lot of connective tissue in order to help Punk. I would assume that Punk wins at Saturday Night's Main Event. I would be shocked. I think
the only way Jay wins is if he turns full heel.
I think there's a possibility for that to happen. But, JC, as a fan, we watch every week. You're going to tell me you're going to put Jey Uso in the main event, Saturday Night's Main Event, for the World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk. Remember, jog my memory, JC.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, who did CM Punk pin?
I don't remember.
Jey Uso.
Okay, that feels like I'm turning to go. My brain is
to become number one contender.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we're getting a rematch, huh? Yeah.
So, in theory,
Awesome.
why wouldn't we get anything else? Right? Here's my other thought. There is a lot of people saying, "Why wasn't an LA Knight?" I understand that logic. However, I thought about this as well. They have been protecting the shit out of LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they can have LA Knight go for another world title unless
he wins.
He wins.
Yeah, I would have much preferred him to Jay. I think Jay was the worst possible choice in this situation because you said it, the doctor said it in the chat. Like this is just, it's just not interesting. It's not interesting. But the only way it is if they turn Jay heel, and even then, like I'll be bored of that after a week. So I wouldn't have mind. Like I think LA Knight would have been better. I think Jimmy Uso would have been better. One of the Bronze would have been better. But I get trying to protect them a little bit because you don't want them to just go lose to Punk, and I don't think they want to put the title on one of them right away, which I'm fine with. But I thought LA Knight and Jimmy Uso would have been much more interesting. Or even like doing the Dom one-off. You know what I mean? It's just like, because yes, it's obvious Punk's going to win, but like, I feel like it's kind of obvious now. So
it's obvious no matter what the pick. I mean, yeah. I feel like, and I know you know how I feel about LA Knight, but I think LA Knight slotted in on the graphic would at least give me a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, no, I think LA Knight would have been a better choice. As crazy it is, I know how much
Dom would have been an interesting choice, like you said. I would have gone with anybody but Jey Uso. I think that it's interesting, but I just like I here's the other thing too. Do you think and your friend here, Doc, says Sammy, perhaps, which I think it's a little too early for Sammy, but he is on the wrong show, but he did lose the United States title, so he could happen to have it. I am curious your thoughts on it all because I feel like SmackDown is in a weird place now with the World Championship with Cody and whatever, but like this is going to be weird because normally we're in like the season of like the heel all the way to Mania.
Yeah.
You know, and having a babyface champion makes me feel like CM Punk is not holding on to this thing. Not past Royal Rumble.
It's interesting because I feel like their WrestleMania plans are all thrown off too. Because I feel like Seth Roman for the title, like that was so. I think you got to put it on Punk now and you just go from there. Whether he holds it or he loses it at the Rumble or he loses it on the way to WrestleMania or however they do it, I think they have to do it now. He already won it and didn't really get a reign, so I think you just got to go with it. Unless if you can sell us on Jey Uso as a heel, which I don't know if I'm buying it.
I'm not loving it either. So
yeah, crap. I don't got anything else. You can quick heat it if you want.
All right, let's quick heat. I'm not a fan of Cody Rhodes dressing in a fucking regular outfit to get a DQ. I don't think it helped Cody to get a DQ finish here with the belt. Thought that was really stupid. I understand that they were in a particular, problem here with Jacob Uso. Jacob Fatu. Like I understand they were in a tough spot. They already advertised the match, and Cody came in, stepped up. Not his problem. I just thought the DQ finish made it. It felt like I understood why we were doing it, but it just felt lazy to me as a fan. Didn't like it. Maybe AI wrote it. I don't know. Anyway, moving past all of that, I really don't understand where we're going on SmackDown with the standoff with the MFTs and the Wyatts. Are we going to War Games?
War Games!
That would be great, as we talked about previously, but whatever. Tiffany and Kiana had a promo. Great.
Next week, baby.
Great.
Battle of the flotation device.
Battle of plastics.
Yeah.
Silicone.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. This is the other thing that made me fucking hurt my brain. The Guns versus the fucking Garzas. Happy 1 year anniversary. Has there ever been a bigger fucking slide from top to bottom in 1 year than the Motor City Machine Guns? I mean, third match in the whole business of WWE. They're the champions. They can't even sniff anything now. I understand why, but man,
they're older. They're not really WWE style. Like it's more nostalgia. I think they would have been better suited on Raw just because there's less teams. You could showcase them more, but I understand they would have come with all the really good tag teams on SmackDown. They
could be the headliners of the tag division on Raw, 100%, without any problem.
Yeah.
I don't really know why, but here we are, right? Kabuki Warriors seem to be without anything now because
Rhea for the tag titles apparently.
Right, which makes me feel like we got on this program and we talked about how Asuka needs to be world champion, but she is not going to be that as long as Stephanie Vaquer is champion, because that seems like that would derail her. I would go as far as if they go to SmackDown and win those tag titles, then maybe you can put Asuka up against the SmackDown champion if you get to at some point, because I think Asuka's doing her best work, and putting them as a tag team to me just feels kind of odd. But we're in this weird vortex as well, so I don't know. It's very fucking odd to me. I don't know, very fucking odd. I don't know. I can go through everything, but I think we're pretty much all set. I don't know if you
glorious. You're my only hope. Nestlemania, I have a hope.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Because they're kind of setting up Tiffany versus Julia here for some reason. And I'm going to make it pretty simple. Let's make Julia a double champ. Hashtag JC knows. Hashtag JC soaks from true. Julia beats Tiffany Stratton and holds both singles titles on SmackDown because Kiana James is great representation. And why the fuck not? Julia is better than Tiffany Stratton. So there you go. There's my hope.
Okay. My hope is pretty simple. War Games is happening in the middle of November in the 619. Dom Mysterio needs to have a very important match here. I think that it's easy, slam dunk, to have John Cena against Dom Mysterio for the title, that the only title that has eluded him his entire way. And I would love to see John Cena lose that match to Dominic Mysterio because of Gunther. I think that would be very interesting to me to set up that match, because I think you don't need John Cena to win the IC title. He's already the Hall of Famer. He does not need every title that's ever created to be that thing. But man, John Cena versus Dom would be fun. And I think it would be a lot of fun just to see Dom get a big victory over John Cena. And he could ride on that coattails the rest of his life. It could be a fucking sentence at everything he says in a promo. I want to see Dom Mysterio versus Cena, and I want to see Cena lose. I really do.
Wow.
I do. I think you're at a point where John Cena's bulletproof anyway. And he's got like 4 more appearances. Come on.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's do it. Let's have some fun with it. I honestly thought that Dom was going to win the Battle Royal, lose to CM Punk, somehow have something pointed in the direction of Cena to set that whole thing up. So I was under that impression. The other thing that came to mind too, JC, double Dom hope. Here we go, right?
Wow.
Why can't Dom Mysterio be part of the Vision? Kick him out of the Judgment Day. Bring him and Roxy into the Vision.
He doesn't need it.
No, I know that, but like, he's young. He's best friends with Austin Theory.
He's ready to be on his
fly
own.
the coop. I know. I'm just saying. I look at Dom and I think to myself, the possibilities are endless. In a world full of shit, when you watch wrestling, Dom Mysterio gets my creative juices flowing to think like what could possibly be exciting about it as a fan. So
interesting. Don't call it comeback Nestlemania. He's been here for many, many years, and he is what we call a better Adam. Adam Pearce. I'm giving Adam Pearce my comeback because it's mainly for one thing. He was obviously kicked off the show, but the backstage promo where Heyman, when he made him say please, I fucking popped so big. He goes, takes off the glasses. Gonna need you to say please. And I was like, yes! He brought it full circle. I love that moment. I thought it was great. And I thought, I think Adam Pearce is the best GM on television in a very long time. I think that's why he's held that role. He does a good job because he sells the chaos well, but also all his interactions, especially with the heels, is always good. I think he is very underrated. I think you jumped the gun on criticizing him. So he's going to get my comeback this week.
You know what's funny? I thought you were popping because of us being graphics nerds. You know how hard it is to change a chyron. So, thought that's why you were going in that direction. It's fine. I will say this much. I appreciate that he doesn't make the show about himself. And I love that portion of Adam Pearce. I do love his sense of humor. I just wish Nick Aldis got more TV time. That's all. I think Nick Aldis is great. That's all.
Yeah, he's okay. He's still Adam Pearce, though.
My comeback this week. We're going to AEW. I can't believe we're going to Wrestle Dream. I'm giving my comeback to the one and only. It's Sting! It's Sting! He looks better with white hair. He looks better as an old man with face paint. And I didn't watch all of it, obviously, but the minute I saw him just kind of stand there and look at everything around him like, what the fuck am I doing here? I was like, done. I was so into it. And then like he fucking beats everybody up with his bat. He's fucking Sting. Everybody's fucking loving it. Throws the bat to Darby, rolls out of the ring, and everybody's favorite fucking Roddy Strong's wife just stares at him and he kind of goes, what the fuck are you? She goes to swing and he picks her up with one arm and just drags her ass all the way to the back. And I'm like, if anybody else did that, we'd all fucking have a problem. Because it's Sting. We got no fucking problem. It's Sting. We'll see you next week. That's it.
I didn't even know that happened. And
He fucking part of me was like, she could choke Sting out. She could put him in a fucking armbar. She did nothing. She just played fucking like, get me down. And it was just fucking hysterical. By the way, I know you think he's a fucking pussy, but Cesaro launching Darby Allin off the fucking like through. He ran the full length of the
incredible.
ring.
He ran this Claudio Castagnoli guy though.
He throws him the length of the ring and hits the fucking table, and I'm just like, what a fucking crash test on me. Did you see the fish tank spot?
No.
Moxley tried to drown.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Darby Allin in a fish tank.
Fuck that shit.
So that was kind of ridiculous. There's a bunch of things. I don't know. Man, when Sting came out, he saved that match. He absolutely saved that match. And he literally said somewhere, he was like, if Darby ever needs help, I'll be there. And I'm like, oh, Steve Borden, good human. Just a good human. Darby Allin, not what AEW needs. That's okay, though. It's all right. Anyway, that's my comeback. We did a comeback. We're only 37 minutes into the program.
We're going to the big finish. And
finish.
The only thing I saw booked for this week is Kiana James and Tiffany Stratton, which we already discussed. So if you have any AEW notes or anything, Nestlemania, you want to talk about or preview or recap, we can do that.
Let's do Wrestle Dream real quick, because I do have some thoughts on this entire thing. And we have Joe in the chat. It's early. He's still got his Snuggie on. God forbid he might actually be awake for this. Joseph Pollock, as if that's your government name. We're not doing into the pregame here. I can't believe FTR is on the fucking pregame. That's fucking whatever.
Really?
Yep. You and I only differed on one match. I should have seen this coming. Jamie,
I'm leading, aren't I?
By 1 point, because of Jamie Hayter in the house.
My God.
She beat the Tekla. I know I say it wrong every time, but I just think she's a Tekla and not Tekla. Jurassic Express, big dub, which honestly, if there's one match I'm going to go back and rewatch, it's going to be this match. I think the Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks was pretty fucking good. And we can say whatever we want about the Young Bucks, but their entrance was hilarious, that they didn't have enough graphics and money to have anything. That was pretty funny. But the match itself was fantastic. I would tell you, JC, go back and watch that.
I'll think about it. Probably not.
Government name is shut down. Yeesh. We're not talking politics on this program, Joe. I'm just going to call him Josh. Joe, excuse me. I'm tired. The Hurt Syndicate lost to the Demand.
We hurt people.
I'm sorry. The Hurt Syndicate. They won. I don't give a shit. It's 6-man tag. Who gives a shit?
These matches are fun.
Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. I mean,
next. We're not even talking about it.
Chris Statlander defeated Timeless Tony Storm, and they hugged it out afterwards because
she beat her clean.
I think
so. Tony 2 straight clean L's. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, Mercedes Moné against Mina. She's 11 or 12 belt Moné, whatever. Okay.
One of the top 3 wrestlers in the world.
Ultimo Moné, as she's now calling herself, which she can't do anything original, so she has to steal from him.
No one does anything original, Adam.
You know what? If she comes out in a wheelbarrow with belts, I'm going to call copyright infringement, because that woman needs to knock it the fuck out.
No, she just has people carry them.
Put a fucking mask on and fucking... I'm telling you right now, the Ultimo Dragon having the fucking mask with the shoulder pads, to me, is one of the best fucking looking things I've ever seen in my life. When I played WCW NWO Revenge, I played as the Ultimo Dragon all the fucking time, because I was just like, I want to look like that. Like, he just looked fucking great. Then he got to the WWE and shit the bed. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Brodito, not talking about this against the Don Callis family. Who gives a shit? I will say this much. You will laugh when fucking Okada hits Takeshita and he just... They make like a miscue and he clotheslines him and he just stares at him. He starts laughing with his shoulders and he turns around. Like, that was the whole bit. Like, that was it. And we know what's happening. I assume they're going to wrestle at the Tokyo Dome. Yeah. I'm gonna bend the knee there for our boy, the Joe Stopper, maybe even the Dami boy. They'll tell us a little bit more about that. Hangman Adam Page against Samoa Joe. And then, of course, the Ops turns, because we don't have enough good things for Hangman to do. He's got to have 2 matches against Samoa Joe. Go fuck yourself. That's all I got to say about that. I don't give a shit about Shibata. I don't give a shit about Hobbs. I don't give a shit about Samoa Joe.
I care about Hobbs, but that group sucks.
I don't know. Just ridiculous. I don't know. Have Ultimo come out with their fuck that nonsense.
That would be great.
That.
Now,
fuck
Joe, I'm in. Bonus hope.
No.
Book it. Have Ultimo come out with all. Yes.
That's the dumbest thing he's ever said.
That's better than anything Adam's ever said on this program.
Who the fuck is Adam? Yeah. Honest to God. And finally, we talked about Darby beating, which again, so you didn't watch this at the end, JC. So there, like the fish tank spot happened, all the Sting stuff happened, which was great. And then he fucking wins with a scorpion deathlock. Like, let's think about this for a second. All of the crazy shit that happened, and they didn't even have a microphone, by the way. So he just said it. We have to take him at face value that he actually quit. Like, that to me is like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, the whole point was to get the guy over, and you didn't even have a microphone for him to say it. I don't know. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?
You know how I feel about that shit. Like, if John Moxley and Darby Allin never wrestled again, I think we all win.
Well, that's I don't know. John
Darby
Moxley
won, right? So this should be like the end of at least this story.
You would think, but yeah, they don't necessarily plan these things out very well. So it is what it is. That's all I'm saying about that. Anyway, apparently we're gonna have the tournament brackets revealed.
Oh, for the
That's
tag titles?
the women's tag titles. Excuse me, I was trying to figure out if I could figure out what was going on here. But they're going to show the brackets live tomorrow night, so that's fun. The Ops are taking on the Hurt Syndicate. No one cares.
Jesus.
Okada versus Bandito. Nobody cares. Jesus Christ. What is this mess? Thank God we have Joe. Honest to God. That's all we have. That's all we have. That's it. I don't have anything else to say about it. I thought we were going to have a lot to talk about here. We don't. We got nothing. Yeah. I don't understand. Dexter Lumis was Sam Shaw. Yeah, we know. I know. I'm now. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I look at man. Right there, it's been thin lately, and this is normally a week. Like AEW could have carried the show, but that event sucked, and I didn't watch it. So that's where we are.
It's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
And Hangman's still feuding with Samoa Joe because that's worked.
I don't understand.
If you want me to care, Tony, you got to be better. It's that simple.
I don't understand how AEW can go this far and think, "Oh, Hangman Adam Page's first reign was so good. We're going to do the exact same thing again." They learned absolutely nothing. Like I'm watching this go, please don't make the same fucking mistakes. I like Hangman Adam Page. I like him a lot.
Same thing.
But they're fucking making him uninteresting and unnecessary. Like, it's just, it's boggling my mind. Absolutely fucking boggling my mind. So I don't know. Like, as a viewer, there's just pieces there that I like, but man, I think I've gone a stretch now of 4 weeks without watching and just reading Joe's write-up on jobberknocker.com. Like, that's it. That's all I do. Because it's a useless piece of time. And if I do watch now, I'd be like 20 minutes. So I don't know. I don't want to be this way. I want to enjoy my wrestling. I do.
Yeah. It is what it is, bro.
Anything else?
I got nothing else. Not this week.
It might be a short knocker. All right.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. If it's not there, you don't got to do it,
That's fine enough.
We give you what we think you need, and this week we don't think you need a lot. So
okay. Before we leave,
yeah.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Back in time for Mania?
With shoulder, probably.
Okay.
It depends what the shoulder is.
I'm going to say right now, return at Mania. I don't think he's going to make it. I think it's too obvious.
I would prefer that. They'll return the Raw after Mania. One of those two.
Oh, but he would hate missing Mania. I think he would fucking lose.
Yeah, cry me a river, bro. It's not all about you.
Well, it was about the vision. Anyway, on that, it was about Braun Breaker specifically. On that note, thank you for listening and watching the Jobber Knocker podcast. We'll be back next week with some more Jobber Knockery.